at Ebona, the 103.5 FM is Martin is here every Monday, 3 o'clock p.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. It's all about the day-to-day activities in the Nigerian political space, views of political actors from various political parties on political process, views of labor leaders, and most importantly, your views. Views of the common Nigerian. Tune in to Ebona 103.5 FM or you join online via mixlr.com/gistfm every Monday and Saturday. What are your political views? Keep a date.
My name is Chief Dr. Sir Bob Manuel Udoku Zana Magrino Gidi. Join Martins on Political Views on Mondays 3 p.m., Saturdays 10 a.m. on Ebonadi 103.5 FM. Gidi.
Okay, guys, like, subscribe, and share right here. The subscribe button right here. Thank you. Guys, political crisis in Benue State. The crisis is brewing within the Benue State chapter of the APC as the members of the House of Assembly are calling for intervention of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on what they describe as authoritarian rule of the governor of Benue State, Governor Alia. They are calling on President Tinubu to intervene. Good morning and welcome to Political Views on Ebona 103.5 FM. I am Martin Ifeanyi Ekezi. The members of House of Assembly, they passed a vote of no confidence on Governor Alia as they accused him of egocentric conduct. Giving example, they also accused the governor of a complete neglect of the members of the House of Assembly in the process of, the way he, appointed his commissioners. Governor Hyacinth Alia was accused of nepotism, in the manner of his appointing his commissioners and most from his constituency. A lot is happening in our politics this morning. Let me bring you up to speed on the happenings. The headlines. I will continue to count on your support, Tinubu. Protesters shut down Rivers Government House. Yell-tide travels. Despondent tunes trail federal government interstate fare slash. Distractions are over with Supreme Court judgment. Mba. Benue Assembly passes vote of confidence on Governor Alia, Speaker. I'll be fair to all Nigerians, Tinubu declares. Group berates Ochomole over careless statement. Obaseki signs 342 billion naira 2024 appropriation bill into law. Calabar Itu Road. We won't revoke Smartex contract, says Umaye. Federal government declares public holidays for Christmas, New Year. Glitz, glamour, as Aki Kenga honors Igbo trailblazers. Reopen Nigeria border, ACF urges. The first story we have for you on this particular edition of Political Views on Ebona, the 103.5 FM, your support, Tinubu. President Bola Tinubu says he will continue to count on support of Nigerians who voted for him and those who did not. The president said this at the Ansodin Society of Nigeria mosque on Friday in Surulere, Lagos. The ADS is celebrating its 100 years of establishment in the country on December 21st, 1923. The president said that since assumption of office, he has taken the destiny trusted on him by God to serve Nigerians. Dean for his support for me and the governor during the election. I do not take it for granted, and it serves as a stimuli for us in government to be focused. We are committed to enthroning a better society for our citizens, irrespective of ethnic, religious, or geographic differences. The various policies already in place are expected to bring great succor to our people. We know their pains. We know their pains, and we are addressing it holistically. Nigerians should be patient for the benefits to start manifesting. It is in true Steve that the Al Sudan has attained 100 years through stability, sustainability, and systematic strategy to maintain its mission and vision. This is testimonial to what focused planning we have. And the next story we have for you this morning, protesters shut down Rivers Government House, reject terms of Abuja peace meeting. Thousands of residents of Rivers State yesterday staged the mother of all protests in rejection of the 8-point peace resolution signed by the state governor, Similaye Fubara, and the minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, under the watch of President Bola Tinubu. This is even as the BAT vanguard has faulted the notion being held in certain quarters that President Tinubu imposed his will on Fubara and Wike. The protesters occupied the River State Government House on Main Gate along Azikiwe Road as early as 7 o'clock a.m. and shut down business activities across some parts of Port Harcourt metropolis. The protesters comprised civil society organizations, Hausa community, student union, elder statesmen, and other stakeholders. In a joint statement by its 16 organizations that participated in the protest, signed by the national president of Rivers State Students, Abe Precious Simi Ipri, the president of Ogoni Youth Federation, Dr. Lebosi Yamabana, coordinator of the National Association of Nigerian Students, Levi Okoru, president of the Rivers State Chapter of Nigerian Youth Council, Chijioke Iwumo, among others. The protesters urged Fubara not to implement any part of the agreement which they describe as unconstitutional under any guise. The protesters who displayed the flags and placards with various inscriptions warned that implementing the agreement was tantamount to compromising the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. They reminded Fubara that Rivers people massively voted him into office and therefore would not allow him to bring the people into disrepute by implementing such an agreement. They insisted that implementing the agreement is akin to selling the collective homogony of Rivers people to Wike, who, according to them, enjoys the support of the chief of staff to the president, Femi Gbajabiamila, and the president himself, Bola Tinubu. The statement noted. The protesters stated that the purported resolutions clearly revealed a perfect plan to enslave Rivers people and bring the state under the tyrannical control of Wike. To think that the meeting was convened at the instance of the president, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but does not have the signature of Mr. President, throws question as to the authenticity of the said resolution. It is worth of mention that the following persons did not also append their signatures: the secretary to the government of the federation, the chief of staff to Mr. President, the Attorney General of the Federation, and the Chief Justice of the Federation. In fact, that no spokesperson of Mr. President addressed the press on the purported resolution leaves Nigerians with more questions than answer, they added. The protesters further alleged that Wike and the chief of staff to the president were working hand in hand to undermine the constitution of the country just to suit their inordinate and selfish political ambitions for 2027. Slash. There is confusion within the road transport sector over the federal government's announcement of 50% reduction in transportation fares along 22 interstate routes during this Yuletide season. Findings by newsmen yesterday indicated that while some of the approved transport companies had started implementing the fare cut, others were still running their affairs without recourse to the president's directive. This was even as members of the National Union of Road Transport Workers, who initially announced their support for the fare subsidy from last Thursday, have backtracked. Thursday, they have backtracked. And meanwhile, residents of the state not covered in the largest have expressed their displeasure over the development, noting that they are also Nigerians and should have been included. The federal government had last Wednesday announced a 50% reduction in transportation costs along the 22 interstate routes during the Yuletide season. The Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Mr. Dele Alake, who chairs the Interministerial Committee on Presidential Intervention, disclosed this when he briefed State House correspondents at the Aso Rock Villa, Abuja. He said that President Bola Tinubu had directed that commuters on all train services would get free rides from last Thursday to January 4th, 2024. Alake added that Nigerians wishing to embark on interstate travel to any part of the country, Abuja, Lagos, Kano, Kaduna, Enugu, Port Harcourt, Owerri, Ibadan, Akure, Meduguri, Sokoto, and other major interstate transportation hubs would be able to do so at half the cost from last Thursday. The government said it entered into an agreement with leading transport companies, including God is Good Motor, Chisco Transport, the Young Shall Grow Motors, God Bless Ezenwata, and Area Motor, to give the 50% rebate to ordinary Nigerians that wish to travel for Yuletide. However, when newsmen visited some of the enlisted companies at their loading bays on Ewu Road in Owerri, the Imo State capital, yesterday, they were yet to effect the 50% fare slash. An official of one of the companies told newsmen, until we receive such directive, we cannot charge less. Meanwhile, commuters were surprised that despite the benevolence of the federal government, God is Good, the Young Shall Grow, Chisco, and God Bless Ezenwata charged between 28,000 naira and 30,000 naira from Owerri to Abuja and Lagos. A commuter traveling to Abuja said he was charged 28,000 naira, according to him. To show that the federal government is serious, fares should be slashed by at least 15,000 naira or thereabout. In Lagos, checks by newsmen showed that the reduction was yet to be implemented, as most of the prices were still high, especially for travelers to East and South. At Inyanapaja, Park. God is Good Motors charged 41,100 naira to Port Harcourt from Lagos, while Okesi Motor charged 32,000 naira from Lagos to Owerri. And the next story we have for you this morning: distractions are over with Supreme Court judgment. Mba. Basking in the euphoria of the Supreme Court verdict upholding his election in the March 18, 2023 governorship poll, Enugu Governor Peter Mba yesterday said that distractions were over, vowing to redouble his efforts in the delivery of his mandate to make Enugu State better. Mba, who described the process of the judicial review of his mandate by the Enugu State Governorship Election Petitions Tribunal, the Court of Appeal, and the Supreme Court as a huge emotional journey, physical and spiritual investments for the people of Enugu, thanked the residents of the state for their support every step of the way, promising not to disappoint them. He made the statement in Enugu while reacting to the Apex Court verdict in Abuja, which dismissed the appeal of the Labour Party governorship candidate Chijioke Edoga. Mba, who spoke at the government house, attributed his victory to the people and a nudge to continue the development strides and pursue his vision for a greater Enugu state. He said a few minutes ago, the Supreme Court, the highest court in the land, delivered the final judgment on the last tranche of appeals against the mandate you freely gave us on March 18, 2023. We thank God that the land justice affirmed your sacred will. We wish to express our profound gratitude to the land justice for keeping the will of justice rolling. We specifically thank them for upholding your mandate. This judicial journey has been a huge emotional, physical, and spiritual investment for you, the people of Enugu. First, our case was heard and examined during an exhaustive process at the Enugu State Election Petitions Tribunal, and at the end, your mandate was upheld. The appellate court in Lagos again upheld the previous decision via unanimous decision. Today, the Supreme Court has again upheld this victory for the people of Enugu State. Still on our political space, Benue Assembly passes vote of confidence on Governor Alia, Speaker. Benue Assembly passes vote of confidence on Governor Alia, Speaker. The Benue State House of Assembly on Friday passed a vote of confidence on the state governor, Reverend Father Hyacinth Alia, and the Speaker of the House, Right Honorable Adona Dajo. Moving the motions, which led to the confidence vote, the member representing Mata State Constituency of Ushombo local government area, Honorable Simon Gabo, stated that since the assumption of office, Governor Alia has embarked on policies and programs that have rekindled the confidence of Benue people in governance. In a statement sent to newsmen by Chief Press Secretary to Governor Alia, Mrs. Teso Kula, he stated that Honorable Gabo revealed that within 6 months in office, Governor Alia has established the payment of salaries to workers and pensions to retirees, total rehabilitation of the dilapidated old assembly complex, and the completion of some road projects. He said for the governor to do all this within a very short time without borrowing funds from anywhere was an indication that he was utilizing state resources effectively and transparently. Seconding the motion, the House Chief Whip, Honorable Peter Ipusu, said the governor has also purchased quality vehicles for members of the House and placed their welfare at the front burner, adding that the Speaker also deserves a confidence vote owing to the effective manner in which he has led the House within the short time as Speaker. Willing after a voice vote, the Speaker, Right Honorable Adona Dajo, noted that the action of the House will no doubt boost the governor's morale to higher performance and thanked the House for finding him and the governor worthy of confidence vote. And the next story we have for you this morning: group berates Oshemule over careless statements on his ouster as APC chair. The Coalition for Sustainable Political Leadership, Ogun State Chapter, has implored former Edo State Governor, Senator Adams Oshomole, to focus on the job of legislation and ensure that the people of his constituency get the dividends of democracy they deserve, instead of spending his little might on needless political vendetta. COSPOL, in a statement by the chapter coordinator, Adeola Matami, while reacting to the trending news of Oshomole's outburst on his removal as chairman of the ruling All Progressive Congress, said his outburst betrayed a vendetta that is unsavory for anyone whose position imposes upon him to be a team player. We are we re-echo the statement of Amosun that if anyone was in doubt as to why Oshomole was kicked out as an incumbent, then his utterances over a matter considered dead by many shows why, if given the same opportunity again, he will squander it, as he has refused to mature from the political nepotyte that he is. What is discernible from these outbursts by Oshomole is that where he were he to have power over those he perceived as political enemies, he would have taken vengeance, said, from making careless statements unbecoming of an acclaimed progressive politician to wanting to muzzle his way where consensus is the only path. Oshomole has set for himself many bobby traps that eventually exploded in his face as chairman of the party. Then he added that the allegations that Amosun was disloyal to former President Muhammadu Buhari goes against every grain of the truth, as both men still enjoy the best of relations even after leaving office. Oshomole, who need to tell Nigerians what his actions were, if not disloyalty and betrayal of trust, when, as an accomplice to Pascal Bayan at the then Nigerian Labour Congress, both of them conspired with the military junta to scuttle the June 12th election won overwhelmingly by MKO Abiola. Nigerians have allowed sleeping dogs to lie. Oshomole should not think of whitewashing his unfaithful past with a holier than thou scrubbing stick. Obaseki signs a 342 billion naira 2024 appropriation bill into law. The Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki has signed the state's 2024 appropriation bill, pegged at 342 billion naira, into law. Signing the bill at the government house yesterday, Obaseki Signing the bill at the government house yesterday, Obaseki commended the State House of Assembly for their collaboration, noting that the greater part of the budget will be used for capital projects to drive further development in the state. He said, a fortnight ago, I I came to the House to present the last budget in the life of this administration, which we termed Finishing Well Budget, and proposed an appropriation of 342 billion naira. I want to thank the House who worked tirelessly to ensure we achieve this today. I'm aware of the diligent work in ensuring that the bill is signed and passed into the law today in good record time before the end of the financial year. The greater percentage of this budget is going to be used for capital projects affecting our people in the state, and less than 50% will go for running of the government and recurrent expenditure. We appreciate you for the progressive stand taken in this budget. Obaseki continued. I want to assure you that this government is going to be prudent and disciplined in terms of financial behavior. As a government, we ensure we fulfill and meet all our financial obligations. We meet our commitments as and when due. That is why we are able to pay salaries and benefits of staff on time. Still on our political space, Emefiele would have faced firing squad for high treason in China on Anuga. Special advisor to the president on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, has described the revelation on former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, as high treason deserving of a capital punishment. Onanuga was reacting to revelations made by the report of the special investigator on CBN and related entities, Jim Obaze, which was made available to the media on Thursday. Among other infractions, it was discovered that Emefiele invested public money, billions of dollars, in 593 accounts in the United States, China, and the United Kingdom without authorization. In the UK alone, Emefiele kept 543 million in fixed deposits without authorization by the CBN board and the investment committee. Also about However, in a tweet on his verified X handle, Onanuga at 9056, the presidential spokesperson said if Emefiele infractions had been committed in a country like China, his penalty would have been death by firing squad for high treason. If Godwin Emefiele and his gang had committed these egregious misappropriation in China, they would by now be facing the firing squad for high treason, Onanuga said. Federal government declares public holidays for Christmas, New Year. Federal government has declared Monday 25th and Tuesday 26th December 2023 and Monday January 1st 2024 as public holidays to mark Christmas and New Year Day celebrations respectively. Minister of Interior Dr. Olubimi Tunji Ojo made the declaration on behalf of the federal government yesterday in Abuja in a communique signed by the Director Overseeing Office of the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Interior, Dr. Peter Ebodo. The minister felicitated with Christians and all Nigerians at home and in diaspora. GCFR will continue to put in place effective measures, whereas security agencies. He reiterated that the Yuletide season calls for discipline in order to protect lives and property of everyone in their respective communities and the nation as a whole. Dr. Tunji Ojo also admonished all citizens to remain focused that the year 2024 will be a better year with the renewed hope agenda of the president. Still on the happenings in our political space, reopen Nigeria border. ACF urges Tinubu. The Arewa Consultative Forum, ACF, has urged the federal government to reopen the border between Nigeria and the Niger Republic, which was shut after a military intervention in the latter. ACF said yesterday that since July 2023, Nigeria and other ECOWAS member countries have maintained a regime of economic sanctions, along with a threat of military intervention to press the military regime in Niger into restoring the erstwhile civilian government of Muhammad Bazoum in response to the June 2023 military coup in Niger. The Northern Group pointed out that after several doubling down on was recently announced a conditional willingness to dialogue with the Nigerian military regime without removing the threat of military action. In a statement by the ACF spokesman, Professor Tuko Muhammad Baba, the ACF condemned any change of government anywhere through non-constitutional means, pointing out that it also believes in the sanctity of bilateral or multilateral agreements, including especially ECOWAS, an important organization which Nigeria labored hard to ensure that it was established. He added, Niger communities enjoy close historic, socio-cultural, economic, and political ties that predated European colonialism and its imposition of arbitrary and artificial boundaries between our peoples. In several communities across Nigeria's 7 states along the Nigeria-Niger border, the international boundary cuts right through towns and villages marked by narrow streets only. Nigeria and Niger have enjoyed friendly, diplomatic, and fraternal relationships, which had never soured until the ECOWAS sanctions. Also, socio-economic and commercial ties have existed between Nigeria and Niger, ties that remain economic lifelines for many communities in Nigeria and Niger. Thus, the imposition of sanctions in food, medicine, electricity, etc., constitutes collective punishment for Niger's most vulnerable peoples. The negative impact of the sanctions have been affecting both Nigeria and Niger. For example, Niger has withdrawn its troops from the multinational joint tax fighting Boko Haram terrorists in northeast Nigeria and neighboring countries, and the economies of border communities have been crippled with serious hardship for people's livelihoods. From various angles, the current state of Nigeria-Niger relationships defies logic, and for mutual enlightened self-interest, it is time for a reset in Nigeria-Niger relationship. I take that again. From various angles, the current state of Nigeria-Niger relationship defies logic, and for mutual enlightened self-interest, it is time for a reset in Nigeria-Niger relationship. ACF therefore joins the group of northern senators and other well-meaning Nigerians that continue to call for the reopening of the Nigeria-Niger border, restoration of electricity supply to Nigeria Republic and Niger Republic, and lifting of sanctions on the supply of food, medicine, and other basic amenities to the of Niger Republic. And the next story we have for you this morning, Calabar E2 Road. We won't revoke Samatek's contract, says Umaye. The Minister of Works, Senator Dave Umaye, has expressed satisfaction at the performance of Samatek Construction Company on the ongoing remediation work on the Calabar E2 Federal Highway. The minister disclosed this late Thursday during a meeting with the Cross River State Consultative Forum and representatives of Samatek Construction Company in his office in Abuja. In a statement yesterday by the representatives of Samatek in Cross River State, Ento Edako, Umaye was said to have summoned the meeting to listen to a petition from Cross River State Consultative Forum. The minister, the statement noted, said he had erroneously felt bad against Samatek until he visited the site a few months ago, noting that he was impressed with the 40% rate already achieved by the construction company. And lastly, before you can call in and tell us what you think of all of this, it's glitz, glamour as Aki Kenga honors Igbo trailblazers. It was a gathering of the cream de la cream in the southeast geopolitical zone of the country last Sunday when Aki Kenga, the Igbo think tank, recognized sons and daughters of Igbo land who have performed outstandingly in their chosen professions. The event, which was part of the group's yearly Christmas party, brought together high-profile Igbos from all walks of life in Ikoyi, Lagos, under a convivial and relaxing atmosphere. In the gathering were chieftains of political parties, top bankers, Nollywood icons, business moguls, traditional rulers, among others. This included former Minister of Director of Fidelity Bank PLC, Dr. Mrs. Nneka Onyali Ibe, President General of Ohaneze Ndi Igbo Worldwide, Chief Emmanuel Iwanyanwu, among others. There you have it. You know, in our political space this morning, we have this conflicting news about Benue State, a situation whereby, you know, a clique of lawmakers came together and, you know, declared vote of no confidence on the governor, Governor Alia. And at the same time, the House came together as well and then declared vote of confidence on the governor himself, Governor Alia. But one thing is for sure, there is a crack in, you know, APC, Benue State APC. So we need to understand all that is going on around us this morning. What is your take on all that is happening in our political space this morning? Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 08096661035. You can as well join us on Facebook at Ebonade 103.5 FM. Stream us online via mixlr.com/gistfm. What is your take on all of this? The numbers you will call to become the part of this conversation is 070 45 9334 or 070 45 59 2210. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. Welcome, my brother. Take him a note. Biko gabanero sa o.
Yeah. Tinubu na-ekwu ya eme Nigeria niile mma. Iwu ji best ụwa Nigeria. So, amụọ Nigeria ma ọ bụ na ọ na ndị Igbo esoro na ya bụ Nigeria. Ọ bụ na ndị Igbo esoro na Nigeria ọgba na anyị chọọ ebe anyị si. Maka ihe ndị na-ajụ ajụjụ abụla Nnamdị ka na-ejiche ebe n'ibi ya ebe dị iche iche. Ọbụna ọ gwara na nwere ihe nna ndị ime. Ma anya na ọbụla mgbe nwa mma n'obodo a, ihe ọtụtụ obodo a prịkịta akọ ya abụ. Ịbụrụ ndị amị nwa na-anyị na-eze onye iwu na ndị a na-agbaghị iwu ya. Ndị ọbịa nwanụ ọgba ọnda gị. Ndị dịka otu gbachiri mana ndị Igbo jọrọ ya mbụ tupu Krismas ya. Na-enwere ndị kpọpụta nwanne anyị ya wee gbara anyị Krismas. Ọ nakwa anya ọgba na maka ebe igbe ọgba nkịtị. Ihe ji na-ekwu ekwu abụ ihe a na-akọ n'akụkọ na-ada akarị onye pụta okwuo n'ọnụ ma okwu adịghị eme eme a na-akpọ akpọchekwu statement On a not this on other year of Jaliamba, so then we so that although we met there, now the kind of the South Nigeria and come out in shape. I met the guy, they will. As a family, I'm a demon. But I'm a Capuari who we don't know what the Ego. This is but it's ready to do where it to, what is the Ego, where it to, if I have a prayer now. I do hear what it is later. Ego for reality, I know how to get the middle of that. I can not go. Okay, we can tell it. I'm going up and after I will see you with it.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. What is your take on all that is happening in our politics? Yes, you have a point in some of the things you are saying, but this is the investigation, and the investigation is saying that MFA have almost how many 500 accounts internationally. You know, a lot of things to talk about. And then you don't even know if maybe some of his activities as the governor of CBN is also part of the reason maybe some of the policies of the Buhari administration failed in some aspect. You don't know that. So a lot to talk about. Even this issue that is going on now in Benue State, we need to also look into it. You know, what is your take on all of this? 07034 459334 or 07045592210. At the same time, Onanuga is saying that if MFA is from China by now, he will be facing firing squad. What is your take on all of this? Let's hear from you right now. Let us also remember about, protesters shut down Rivers Government House and reject stamps of Abuja peace meeting. Does it mean that, okay, they don't want peace? It's just that most of them are looking at, the terms of this, peace accord. Some of them are asking very important questions. Since the president is part of this, why is his signature not in the document? Let's hear from you right about now. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello. Yes, good morning. Okay.
The house is highly important. All 1 million questions.
Okay.
From up and down, where Nalabada placard about the Jabal. Yeah, can't go to Abuja and Jawa protest or Mara. You don't know, they go. That's it. Because I go to Bada about.
Okay.
I want to go to Nigeria. There was some time for those people. Ganja and Kemet.
Okay.
As somebody, the agrom psychologist. I'm not a psychologist, understand, but at least I had my try. When I look at you, how Nigeria under Buhari, I got one mother now by. Maramu, why? Father upgrade was a black character. These two men served under Jonathan and under Buhari. Jonathan appointed these two men in office. You believe most of the other time that most of people work under Jonathan. When a frame go not just and I'm going to end up to do that place if one time. No, they know nothing. I regretted when Buhari gave second term to this MFL of a man. first time all around, what about all? Yes, second time. I work away that country where police were to Nigeria. Now, woman, the mother who fought to the Supreme Court in order to continue listening that old Naira road. Then the Noduna Nako, Akopona, Tomakana, immunity president, the Cocovalia. I have to the all I know we are now. Then, they're gonna help you. They are teaching. When they get the Kamalanda Art College in that place, no Afa only is in Costello. I come out and jump to Rica, but only is job on that place. On your Costello, Naga, Aga,
yeah, such thing. Mana ajụjụ nchọ ịjụ gị bụ na gbasara nke emefere a na o nwere ajụjụ somebody kpọrọ ebe akịta ajụ about na-asị okay otu esi scrutinize emefere why not okay the president as well don't you feel like that too?
President ọ bụkwa na Nigeria ebido ogogo obodo ndị ọzọ anybody also under him ma ndị ya na ya lụọ ọrụ ga-anọ na problem now mana Jonathan despite nọ na ọchịchị aka ka ọ sọ n'olu ịmago kwa ugwu ebe n'ihe Buhari abụnụrụ elu ka Buhari kpọha even Martins na nobody will touch Jonathan ọ bụ Martins mụ na ya na-abụ long ago na-ekwu na ama they should stop even probing the wife of President Jonathan. This is ebe a bụ ọrịa na ndị okwu na-akọ ndị m ji wee wuchie anyị aka dọrọ anyị none of us adịka aka dọrọ n'obodo a dị mma na bụ the problem. None of us as far as no onye nke gị ma ọ bụ political party onye nke belong to the ejebe n'akụkụ ya mmadụ ahụ gbasi ya nwanne ya ya egbu mmadụ. This is our problem that is why we will not grow. Understand? Then nke Chris Nwabeze ngige bụ na ọ bụ na ndị Igbo na-enye ọnọdụ kwuo ọnọ ọ bụ ka ndị Igbo aka apakeji sie onye ji ọdụ pakeji ọ bụ ọzọ ndị Igbo president Nigeria niile they know what this man can do. Ọ bụrụ nke agha abụọ weta ọkụkọ ethnic group na sponsor ọ bụrụ na this man bụ onye ndị Igbo kwuru n'azụ isi nke a na-atụ na ndị Igbo onye Igbo emewu ile election o win tego because what he did is still there.
Ka anyị nabatakwa ndị ọzọ nsogbu ka anyị nabata ndị ọzọ
understand so mana kedu ife ji wee nọ na Lagos a mee maka insecurity I like from your people to see about most of them cause insecurity them and
thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Dalo, my brother. Let's hear from you. What is your take on all of this? Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, came this morning. Yes. So, after gonna be sabay kay Gabaniru. Okay, Gabaniru.
Issue even about total everything. From Nigerians, you only know defend the MSC, but you're not trying to sympathize with the MSC. So now, all this is not anti-people policy. I'm a family mother. After Camden mother was yelling down one room, Monday then of if I can't one of when I'm born, I'm all these things. So, yes, judgment, year order, before again, so disobey, copy in a hand, my power then. If I got put it again and then my daughter not my power, or well power intoxication, better now. One that then where he said is practice,
yes,
but exchange.
The constant.
Everybody should be very careful. Make one of them know what. So you know there, but that may be a better corporate. A lot of innocent people, therefore, Pania Kiaba. Yata halfway for Mecca. Cabron, Jen, Tagari, Mojana, Macana. When you get a chance, what Tagari have was Supreme Court in your order. Because of political interest and the service interest. We go find it, but then I have to watch it about on the day we go to governor. So if one of the will be over you, a lot of us, you're not quality.
And Dalo, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Dalo. Yes, let's hear from you. What is your take on all of this? Hello? 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 Okay, please call back. Let's hear from you. What is your take on all of this? Hello?
Good morning to you, my very good man.
Yes, good morning, my brother. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing very good. Compliments of the season.
Same to you, my brother.
Thank you, my very good friend. Because I'm going to get the opportunity I can learn when them what to football from
Okay.
especially on the last analysis. Naming the most competent, most viable, tested, tried, and trusted two candidates from the southeastern region. Senator Christian Diggins and Daddy Omai. I mean, he has beared my mind for long.
Okay.
I have been possessing this mentality that, as far as I'm concerned, to tell myself the truth, those two people coming up from the Igbo extraction is good to go when it comes to presidency.
Okay.
They need the advertisement. The North knows them, the West knows them, the East knows them. Unlike people who were pushed out to use to destabilize their articles chant, thinking they wanted to give them president. Yes, one thing okay. Can what is the job? It will take what is based on what somebody else.
Yes, that's what I
will tell them where on the issue of the NFL. Can't come up here, although I'm a consultant, but I don't charge for this. I just help out. On the top of your mouth.
Just go on.
Yes. Kansas do tell them where justices were arrested in the wee hour of the night. And they were all exonerated. Tell them.
Okay, continue.
The issue about the wee hour of the night because there is no law in our constitution that stipulates when you can be arrested. Forget that cheap sentiment propagated by political allies who American and with the guy has raised now. Those judges were arrested, and then, although monies were found in their houses, no proper investigation. I have been lamenting this. In a civilized country, in a civilized world, police don't make mistakes using taxpayers' money to do nonsense out of investigation. Some of them don't use it. They hear there, they go and ask. That is the reason why those cases were exonerated, because they did evidence.
Okay.
No substantial evidence. Now, talking about the NFL, one name was Donald Trump and America.
Yes.
Or 1 minute, I got secretary committee. Call one young one, committee on his own. Well, I'm principal committed because he has not been found guilty, but he was indicted on inciting the American people.
The insurrection that you talked about the last time.
Now, we're Nigeria, they are not the Obama. American junior or we are who the shot and would be president. American that face to face to one Nigerians. There is a president in there. Send down physical evidence linking the president to that. Then you arrest the president.
Okay.
You are going to arrest other people. Not because of he was a minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria appointed by the president. The president, Abuja, link him to it. Even if he's one of the collaborators, do you have evidence or are you just basing on hearsay assumption? An assumption is it a fact in the court of law?
No, it's not.
Assumption is a fact.
No, it's not.
Or is it a court? It's going to be so a MSL, Nigerians, because a MSL has to name the president first. What he now? He was a substantial evidence linking the president to the pain. I'm not the public. One is we are the evidence. Evidence. One in a yes, it is a factual evidence. Can I give evidence to the FCC? Then we talk, not using assumption and hearsay and destabilize mind, ideology with a hate in our mind, biasness that I have one mama I intercultural wine when I analyze things. In an investigation, you must call somebody's name and give evidence of that person, contradicting the person, linking the person to a particular crime, not hearsay. So I don't know you MFL. I'm not here to people.
And we're going on there. And when that indicted, that was indicted alongside him too. You know that now?
Yes.
Okay.
And he's in court.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. He's in court already.
Okay.
But on the Amaro.
Naira po can does all wake but just rap is up can does all wake. Okay.
When I did know the story, they didn't money for. Hopefully we can go for about the moon. I'll put it up in a nation. An investigation might now find out that we are four.
Okay.
No, but on this, they did not name or they had it.
Okay.
So everything there, Jeff, what would I make a lecture? Yeah, what to see after? I'll put up it was a private
evidence of and thank you so much for joining us this morning, my brother. Thank you.
Not even assume or conclude.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Let's hear from you now. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yes. Good morning. One and one.
Yeah, just
no.
Okay, I'm going to it's Mojiro.
Biko Gabaniru.
Okay. You may see on MSL. Hey, yeah, oh, we some mother when you see no go down my children.
When you go to radio, okay, when I'm here, you pop mama, you see about how they pop complete. When I only stop, now I can need to man, I see about okay, man, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Let's hear from you now. You have to say about all of this 07034 459334 or 07045592210. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, man.
I'm from the mother. Testimony chapel.
Biko Gabaniru.
MSL. Commercial. I want you to know. MSL. You are madam. I'm a mother and one hour. Maka, if the critical condition, I'm a little bit party. When I'm only a shop of one and put everything on their bound. You may have done I get up to gas, money, that's my job. Because the man of the time, you go so many in the money. You go and get money back to tell one animal, you're going to get the 40 year going to go to do that. Cutlet. MSL lemon in here. Keep that. On them, no, like Uncle you see why not problem. Actually, you just one with the one of condition men also. And what we case and they are trying to come go again. It's like to go south east, and the one is the person who go see the president.
My name and all of rights to their opinion. Mother wake you could such them. Then just see you wake you could was and get sent non did you to a king and Nigella and off on
you have the more than 1,000.
Okay.
He has one of the most intelligent and the experienced teacher in Nigeria. He has educated people. One day will happen. So, animal education got to tell him. Yes, people. One day will happen. So, animal education got to tell him. Yes, also to be good. Oh, and they said, I'm a powerful idea. But they have more than you. When I'm not going to they and got
okay. Yes, no. Okay.
Where is he? You can
Okay.
one man. Onye na-asị na ya bụ onye Igbo, anọfere Igbo.
Mana makwa na case nke emefele ahụ kwa mgbe elu na Iman Nozia, that means na conclude gị by the time I conclude say Iman Nozia maka again na emesighị ede.
Mana ọkwa anyị kana arụpụtara were ihe dọkwa. Anyị chọrọ ka anyị gwana na nsogbu emere nye na ndaji.
Okay.
Nke a manyere mgbe ebere emecha, ọtụtụ n'obodo mgbe ebere emecha. My brother, Nigeria dị n'oge ekele. Anyị na ya ọbụla ọbụla ga-adị n'ume.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, my brother. Dalo, let's hear from you now. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yes. Welcome back, my sister.
Thank you, sir.
Biko Gabaniru O.
Ihe gbasara ya na-ewute m ihe. Kedu ka kpatara na ndị anụ nwere obi ebere n'ebe ndị fam na-acha achị? Kedu ihe a ga-eji ha wee mee? Ife ọ bụ ngọzi Chineke nna. Ife aka na-ebu agba. Ha na-ezi n'ụlọ kpata ya erisie eri ụkọ pa erisie. Kedu ife bụ dat na nke anwata bụrụ otu anwa gbapụ wete na-eri ọ ga-etupu afọ. Oke na ọ na-egodo ọnọdụ ha. Adị nke ka na-aja n'iru ga-achọkarị ya nka. Na ihe ọ na-achọka n'ebe ọnọdụ ndị mmadụ nọ na Naịjirịa kịta anụnwa akwụkwọ dị ebe niile oke ego ụkọ mmiri fuel kerozin ndị niile wee jọgbuo onwe na Naịjirịa ọtago ha wee nwee iji na-ata ọdị agwa kịta anyị ezigbote ahụ adịka ife anụnwa wee bụrụ ife mmụta wee nye ndị ọzọ ikene nke anwa kwesịrị igwe rapụ nke na-akwesị onye iji eri rapụ nke na-akwesị onye iji eri ihe ejitọrọ nke ahụ afọ etu gị kama afọ etu gị kama ọgbapụ ego atọ ọ lapụta gị o mee gị ife ọjọọ nke gị ife dị n'elu chetakwa na ị nwere ụmụazị ịghọtago so ka ndị anụnwa na-acha chikịta ka ọ mụrụ akọ na nke anwa na-eme emefere ọ na-adọ mma o nke nri nne.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning, my sister. Dalo, oh, thank you. Yes, let's hear from you. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello.
Hello, Nathan.
Yes, good morning.
Ada from Amozo.
Ada, put off your radio and then go on.
Okay, compliment of the people.
Same to you, my sister.
Nna, onwere ikuku na-esụsaịdị gị dịka a na-agbatu Israel. Onwere ka o si na-eme ka a na-agbatu Israel saịdị nke maka na opinion esi na one station this morning.
At least one of the
people are very sad.
Yes, one of the Kukune Kugodubo, at least in car president email about, equal to price of transport. At the same time, and then Japan a bit of the implementation, HMS investigations in some places are going a bit of the implement.
Okay. Oh yeah, in such situation, I will say it's going to it goes to about 35,000 naira award. I feel when you say you have idea.
Yeah.
And they use the Empower, they say they have started paying ideas for how many years? Has there been anything these people want to do that came to conclusion? And when we go to put that to conclusion, okay, some of the passengers, as you said, they say they cannot come. They will, as a result of high fare, they will send the money to their loved ones to celebrate.
Okay.
Can they access the money they said? Can they access it from bank? Better.
Okay.
If they gather that money now, and they never access because I am here, I cannot access my money from bank unless I have to buy it from POS on the hard side. What are we talking about? About the I reserve my comments. Later, I have an assignment for you. Okay. You are a journalist.
Yeah.
Go and have one-on-one interaction with as regard to this allegation.
Okay.
Why is it that when people are accused, no journalist will be allowed to go to that person to find out the actual truth? It will be on trial, newspaper trial, media trial.
Look at it. His counsels talk to the media from time to time. Like the people representing him, his lawyers get to speak on his behalf immediately after the court case. And after that, he's an inmate. Like, no, he's in a correctional facility, and you can't access him like that. till it comes to court. And in the court presence.
On the back part, but is there any permit for we to hear from the husband's house? Listen. That one, how he did this alone. They can never allow us to get a lesson because so many people will go down with me. This is where I'm going to. So I grab my comment until I hear from his mouth how it happened.
Okay.
I am not doubting it. Because here in this country, a wife of our president, which is Aisha Buhari, was in Dubai for how many years as a first lady? And I used to ask.
Now you're talking about the wife of the former president.
Yes, Aisha Buhari. How many years was she in Dubai while the husband was in Astor Rock as he had told me? And I used to ask, who put the bill at Dubai? Do they have a house in Dubai or is in a hotel? Who is putting the bill? This is our current president now, Mr. Ahmed Bola. We knew what William Van did in his home, his apartment. Are these people the ones that we try to listen? Let me leave that side, please.
Okay.
You say, what? This
In Lagos.
In Lagos. And all these people you mentioned, they are present here.
Yeah.
It's in you. And they are in Lagos. Okay. How many states do we have in South East? How many states? Fantabashamoto, in Lagos. The people in Ebakwa, they rule during Christmas, there's nothing to eat. And then I want you, I call you, Jacoka. I want you make it. Because finally, Dora Apunere song did not accuse anybody in president, former president, Jonathan, minister. He was only lamenting, the so-called drink in a dirty place.
Yes.
Based on that, despite his modern sacrifice, that no, the legacy was not approved.
He said that the mother died in vain. That the mother died in vain. That's what he said.
How can somebody come to the media and tell people that the son of Jonathan was accusing Jonathan and his minister?
That's his own interpretation. That's his own interpretation of the story. That's how he's looking at it.
He's in the habit of sending narratives better.
You okay?
London. I'm greeting them.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning, and that will also come from another narrative, so everybody with their own, belief in what is happening. We might just hear a story and the person will get their own interpretation from what is being said. But let's hear from you right now. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, welcome. Welcome back, sir. Yes.
From Lagos to East.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Let's hear from you. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello. Yes. Good morning.
Hi, Emmanuel.
Welcome.
Good morning, sir.
Welcome. Gavani.
I'm just commenting on this. I was listening to the operators of transport in Nigeria yesterday. President, it would be a big joke consultation. So what's that? Disco,
Young Chagro, all of that. But equal without consultation, before we do, which now even as I'm talking to you now, some other companies now join what the the queue now join the another one who join the kita. Okay, join the kita.
The only company can follow the same now, because I stand on Nigeria, and I will not Lagos map.
Okay.
Only railway, yes, and it's free. I approach him for that. Railway, it's free.
Okay.
But he can go to the railway.
Railway bụ nke dị nyanwa n'aka so ka o kwụsị ife a mesie niile at a time na-ege ntị anyị ga-asọdịkwa even omume ndị nya na ya kpakọrọ ndị o ji aka akpa afa sị na ya na ndị ekwugo n'otu aka ya esi mee so I blame tukwa nyanwa nwa ọbụla ya blame kwanụ ndị nya ya akpa gị mmezi na ụlọ emezi ka nke na ụnụ ya si okwu Kezi maka ndị nke a na-join kwa ya kịta like ABC Joyce join kwa kịta to be part of the process even at ndị mmadụ nga mụ Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning, my brother. Your own suggestion. But let's hear from you. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome. We into poor no kind of new of my own upper than a visa. Gabaniru now.
Coming in, and care in the oh, I from intimidation. Because the past government has been embezzling. And they go. Even my past governor of Central Bank, and they go. Money and because of what he did. But this election, I got or intimidation. Let them leave that man. Okay. Who will probe Buhari for his own session? Buhari is the other.
I am some people do when I say Nanya based on the investigation and Nanya link here with the president and so and well anything go so far now link the president, the former president.
Oh yeah, look at now.
Well, enwekwana m ajụjụ nwe bụ based on ihe niile a na-eme catch crunch ifo before the election anọkọtakwa abịa gbakwa na Christmas. Don't you think na some of those things melụ mgbe azụ wee na linger to the level na na catch crunch now and they need to investigate nyanwa maka we solve all the issue?
Our problem for that cost of money. How you go more than required. Now There is no money. They have carried away all the money. I'm a waste of money within this time. Think I have here January, February. And this is what happened by January, creating all this hardship I made this year. So what I'm saying is, he has seen his own. Let him go and enjoy the one who owns the year. They have been failing, even with the present year, even the past present year.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. But at a time, I will not be encouraging crime in our society now. That okay, at the end of the day. So what will be left at the end of episode? Some kind of probe or investigation in some things. A sane society. Let's hear from you now. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Good morning.
Hello.
Welcome, my sister. Gabaniru.
Ndị na-agụpụta ndị dị mma iche ọchịchị ma ndị ọchịchị edere ede na ahụ ha ọbụrụ sị na Tinubu wụ enwachita Legọs tupu ya ugwu kedu ihe Tinubu na-eme na Naijiria kịta ị na-enye anyị moto fri ị na-asị anyị onye ruo ya kwụọ 10% nke nwa kwụọ 50% na 30% anyị na-achị ya na redio ọ dịka ebe a na-aka akwụkwọ ụmụazị onye ndị nwe mmanụ iwepụ fuel subsidy ndị Naijiria onye ndị nwe mmanụ a Naijiria nwee fuel subsidy iji iwepụrụ itiri ya akwụsị onye ndị nwe Naijiria kedu ihe iji nke ise butere eme onweghị kedu ihe ị na-atara ụmụ mmadụ akwụkwọ kwa Naijiria ka esi ka ị bịasịa na ịma achịrị ichigbo Legọs ọ na-apụ anwụrụ ruo taa kedu ihe meziri nke kịta ji wee na-eme kọwakwanụ Tinubu aka na ọ na-emekwa ọfụma ahụ ndị na-achọpụta ndị ya achị mmadụ ọ na-ewepụta
so far the short ọ bụla ka eji wee na-eme nke a na-subsidize ka ndị mmadụ wee nwee ike ịgbanwe moto ka ọ bụrụ ọnya ka njụ ga-asa ajụjụ ịzanị ya na ọkwa ife niile abụrụ iwe okwu ka anyị na-ekwu akpa
ma tupu okwu bifo onye ikpeazụ anyị agaghị encourage crime and they disagree with some of the things.
Yes.
The other woman who people amazing ụma abụsi eziokwu a na-ebinyere ya aka nke na onye nwa abụrụ ma onye steeti like last time mgbe ife a na-eme ife naira redesign na awọzi na abọ emefere igbo onye abọ onye nkume esi m ụmụ tu saịdị ikpechiri bụ na ọkada mgbe ejebe ndị abagbo awee na-ekwu okwu emefere ọchịbọsọ ọfịa bụ onye emere na terapia nwekwu eke ha jite ị na-afa nepotism nwanne mmadụ na-eme ife ife ọ na-emepụrụ ife ọzọ ife a na-ekwu okwu ọkara ọ bụrụ iwu eji enwere onye ezi ya ike ma mụnwa ma nne m ma nna m ma nwanne m ma nwa mmụta ya na dị sosaiti kedu isi bụ na-apụta na-ekwu onye ala ndị ọzọ na-eri ka eke obodo anyị esi wee dị emepere imere abụ onye ọbụla pụrụ anya mmadụ pụta ọ na-asị gị chọta evidence ndị mmụọ gị asịghị ga-eji emegide onweghị onye na-emegide ya
evidence ọ bụkwa ma onye kwuru okwu evidence bụkwa like ndị na-ekwu na ebe a na-atry emefele na ekwesịrị itry former president bụ Buhari then the person wee na-ekwu na si weta evidence ife the former president mere ya eji wee try in the first place ma a na-agakwa n'iru still
good ọ nwere woman kwuru but not opinion ya ka o kwuru I'm not against it but all that is to
their opinion yes
but na mwa disagree so opinion ọ na-ekwu na-efu a journalist ije ebe fori ajụjụ ọnụ ị na-agwa ya na onwe sọmgbe
na-ekwuchitali ya mba ọ bụkwa na ọ chọrọ ka anyị gbakwa emefele ajụjụ ọnụ ọ sponsor na anyị because good journalism comes with good money as well you have to go ahead so make sure na anyị get there to do that
nke a bụ eziokwu ibe emefeli mere onye ọbụla ji anya afụ ya iji nye nwanne onye na-ekwu ife achef keta ahụ ya kama na ọnya bụ n'obodo a ka nwee problem mmadụ ya nọ nọ na-ata ahụhụ a na-ekreti ịga ahụ ị na-asọpọtụ onye na-ekreti ịga ahụ ya kọntinu na-eme ife ọjọọ kedu ka obodo a ga-esi wee dị mma so ife ọbụla ọ meta anya gaba ogbu ya agwaghị ndị rutu nnefa n'ụlọ ọgwụ ga-eweta ego ma ndị rutu nnafa ma ụmụfa o nwere onye na-eketara afọ mgbe ọ na ya ka mmadụ ya họpụta ọsapụ ọnụ ya na mmadụ ga-emegide emebiri megide ya ọgwụgwọ onye mere alụ obere ike atụ o ji azọ prezident o nwenugo gọvanọ central bank ifo civil servant or public servant ebe a jere ịzọ
in office. Kakoka no office.
While in office, they resign.
Okay.
And you have another support people. I'm not going to anything in the party. When I'm not, I am with you. People are not because I'm out to see up. No, on the who I on every I can be to Western. It's a Pelina and a new day. And a Pelina. And how I am a warrior. What's going to record? Thank you very much.
Mandalo, thank you so much for just this morning. And as I'm talking to you now, there's breaking news. MF3 regains freedom. You know, Godwin Emefiele, former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, has been released from the Kuje Correctional Center after fulfilling his bond requirements. The development was confirmed. The development on Saturday, December 23rd, by Adamu Deuza, the spokesperson for the Kuje Correctional Center, Federal Capital Territory, and he said, "I can confirm to you that he, Emefiele, has met his bail conditions. Hence, he has no reason to remain in our facility. He met his bail condition and was released by 2 p.m. yesterday. Emefiele, who is being tried for alleged procurement fraud, was granted 300 million naira in bail by the Federal Capital Territory High Court in Abuja." Yes, we've gotten to the spot where we call it a day on this particular edition of Political Views on Airborne at the 103.5 FM. When we get to talk about all that is happening in our political space, we get to shape our polity the way it has to go. And we will never get tired talking about it, because in one way or the other, we get to recommend what is supposed to be. Anyway, thank you so much for spending this time with me this morning on this particular edition of Political Views on Airborne at the 103.5 FM. Remember, it comes your way Mondays, 3 o'clock p.m. to 4:30 p.m. and then Saturdays, 10 o'clock a.m. to 11:30 a.m. So keep a date and don't touch the dial of Ebon at the 103.5 FM. A lot is coming your way on this platform. Until we meet again, have a happy holiday, Merry Christmas, and a prosperous New Year to you. And that said, have a beautiful weekend as well. Till we meet again, I am Martin Ifeanyi Ekeze. Have a blast.
My name is Chief Dr. Sir Bob Manuel Udoku Zana Bakrino Gidi. Join Martins on Political Views on Mondays, 3 p.m., Saturdays, 10 a.m.
Now, before you're right, you get it all. Freedom of movement. Are you oppressed or intimidated in any way and means? By any person or group, and the law enforcement agency, man, they all on Chapande or Zonine, and they may begin Makanaway he gave me one Amawagaka, another Kerugi, one in a way he gave me Makani Boni, the Abogi Mugu. Madras in a way he gave an opportunity for 2 weeks or 1 week. Makanoka again. No. Share your experience with 103.5 FM every Wednesday from 5 p.m. and Saturday 9 a.m. All on you. Wednesday of 5 p.m. and Saturday 9 a.m. Stand up for your right.
That guy means so.
F1 and 103.5 FM. Nabagoa production. Police for vigilante. Now my business is mine. When I would ever get SJ radio drama, then we could go back if you move and finish your most people they go naked on social media platforms like TikTok and Facebook to attract audience skills. In this age, professional media skills such as camera operation. A lot of people complain about not using their talent the way they want to. Need more information? Call 080-3916-7049. Don't miss out on this opportunity.
Maybe I'll move somewhere. Maybe I'll